Ariel show. Today I have decided is a Nutella and pretzels kind of day. I would say I've been dipping in here all day long, but the Nutella jar, I've eaten too much already, so I have to use the assistance of a spoon moving forward if I want to get Nutella on the pretzel without getting my fingers all Nutella-y, which actually doesn't sound that bad either. One moment. Right time, pause the program, go get your own Nutella and pretzel goodness. Today we're talking about emotion. And the reason I was really anxious, excited to make this episode speaking about emotion is because all spring and summer long, we here in the Ariel show have been learning how to hack into our heads, right? We've been learning how our thoughts create our emotions, and we've been learning how to leverage that power in our everyday lives to feel more of the good feelings that we want to feel and less of the overwhelming or debilitating or fearful or anxiety-full feelings that we don't want to feel. However, I think this episode needs to be made because we have to address the other side of things, the part being that we are still emotional creatures, and in no way is it recommended that we take the power of knowing that our thoughts create our emotions and turn that into, okay, so now we are only going to create positive emotions for ourselves moving forward, and this is the new expectation, and I'm just going to think the right thoughts and feel the right feelings, and done, I am now a human robot who is always happy. Well, secretly, I kind of think that sounds amazing. I don't think that's how it works. I know that's not how it works, and I want to bring some balance to everything that we've been talking about over the last several months, just because I think it's important. We are emotional creatures. This is how we were made. And I don't think the goal here is to overcome our programming. We are programmed to have our thoughts or create our emotions, and most of us live our lives with a lot of emotion. And most of us, as artists, even more, right? My book is called Turn Your Pain into Art because I firsthand experienced how powerful pain has been in my life. It's helped me get to breakthrough moments in my life. It's helped me become the kind of person that I am and become more of the kind of person that I want to be. And yes, it's certainly helped me be a musician and be an artist. I know so many of you feel the same way. What has been kind of the start of my journey and so many of our journeys to have more maybe control, maybe that's the wrong word, but a little bit more awareness around our emotional lives is sometimes it feels like our emotions are like feeling us and taking over us, and it can just feel like, I don't want to feel like this, I don't know how to get out of it, like it's so overwhelming, it's too much, and that's where thoughts create our feelings, learning how to sort of, work around that. That's how that's been so helpful. But I do want to say, emotions are still going to come, and there's still going to be a lot of moments where it does feel out of control, where we cannot control the way that we feel. And I think one of the reasons for this is by the time that you have a thought that creates a feeling, so let's say the feeling is overwhelmed, and the thought was because you're thinking of everything you have to do, so you feel overwhelmed. And maybe that overwhelm becomes overwhelming, and so then it's like you're just rising, you're feeling the tension, your body's feeling it, and your brain is feeding all these thoughts, and it just feels way out of control. By the time that you're at that point, the programming has already gone through. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the ball has already gone down through the mousetrap game, which is the weirdest analogy ever. I don't know how I just thought of that. But it's already in motion. It's already started. You can't hack your way out of that. You can't tap your way out of that by thinking, okay, now I'm going to think a better thought. You can only use your thoughts to create your emotions sort of before the feeling overcomes you and overtakes you. By the time that emotion is already in your life and you're living it and you're breathing it, I don't think the right response is to say, wait, let me think a happy thought and I'm going to tap out and not have to feel this unpleasant emotion anymore. I think making room for the unpleasant emotions in our lives is really important and really healthy. And the goal should not be to always circumvent them and just avoid them, because that's not how we connect with each other. We connect with each other through sharing what we've gone through getting vulnerable. The way you get vulnerable is you share the pain that you've been through. You have to experience pain. I don't think I need to sell you guys on this. Life is both. Life is the ebb and flow, the brutal and the beautiful, and we make room for all of it. So one of the ways that I have been exploring making more room for it, actually 3 ways. I have been kind of following this method of allow, acknowledge, and accept. So when I have felt kind of overtaken by a certain emotion, I've just tried to allow that it's there and be like, okay, here it is. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to resist. And then I've tried to acknowledge it by naming it. When you name an emotion, it takes you sometimes out of being dead in the center of it, and you're able to be the witnessing presence describing it. So I talk about this in I Make a Move course a lot, where we're sharing, think about what this emotion feels like in your body. Does it make you hot? Does it make you tense in your shoulders? Are your eyes tearing up? Is there a pounding in your brain? Are your ears ringing? All these things. In that moment, acknowledge what you're feeling. Put a name on it. The power of labels. Labels are actually a good thing in this case. Usually they suck, but with emotions, it's powerful and helpful to label the emotion that we're feeling. So try to find a word, whether it's discouraged or depressed or in regret or feeling guilty about something or feeling like somebody betrayed you, all these different emotions, put a name on it. Try to get as close as you can, and then try to put the descriptive factors of where that emotion is showing up in your body. The powerful point of this is, like I said, you're not in the middle of this emotion having it overtake you anymore. It puts you outside of it as the witness. So there's the you experiencing it and the you describing it, and that creates a little bit of a breath. So that's a way to get some immediate relief. And then the last thing that we're going to do is accept, which is really hard. Because you're like, and then you accept your emotions and everything's good. No. Accepting when you feel crappy can be really difficult because a part of us has been taught to sort of rail against it, to resist. And a part of us, I think oftentimes we're afraid that if we accept an emotion, it's going to stick around. And if we say, okay, I'm okay with feeling completely overcome by guilt for my, maybe stupid behavior from last night. I feel so guilty. I'm so overcome by this. And now I'm supposed to accept that? Like most of us we're not very good at that, myself included. But I want you to try it. You drop the resistance for a moment. You just allow that emotion to be there. You acknowledge what it is, name it for what it is. And then you accept, okay, I'm feeling really guilty. Dang, I really feel like I screwed that up. Dang, what was I thinking, right? You sit in that emotion and you stop fighting it and you accept it. You're a human being having a human experience and a human emotion, and that is perfectly fine. What I found is when I have stopped fighting having an emotion and stopped thinking I shouldn't feel like this, which is such a unhelpful, of service thought to have, like this is wrong, I shouldn't feel this way, that just creates even more madness on top of the emotion you're already having. Instead of reacting that way, if you can instead take a moment and accept where you are and be like, but I am feeling like this. I'm a human, I am feeling like this. Embrace that, make room for it. Guess what? The emotion quiets down. It's almost like an emotion wants to be noticed and wants to be comforted. And the way that you comfort it is by making space for it, not pushing it away and not resisting. So in summary, that is allow, acknowledge, and accept. And it's just been helping me these past few months to kind of balance the let's use our thoughts, screw our feelings, and feel awesome with like, well, no, wait, I'm still going to have tough times. Emotions are still going to show up in my life and feel overwhelming and like I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to feel very confused and all of that. These little steps can really help make a big difference in our lives. And so that's why I wanted to share them with you. So I hope that was helpful for some of you guys. Thank you all for the wonderful comments you've been leaving over the past several weeks on my YouTube channel here. I really appreciate it. It's been really wonderful getting to acknowledge with you guys, see kind of where you're at in your lives. I hope your September was awesome. This is the last episode of my birthday month. My birthday month was amazing. Thanks again to all of you who made it so special. I got so many birthday wishes, I got so many kind words, and I got actual presents, which was also amazing. So that has filled my life with so much joy. So thank you to all of you for thinking about me and celebrating with me. But don't worry, I'm not going to stop celebrating. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday for the rest of the year, the rest of the 365 days. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Please hit that subscribe button so next week when I come at you, you will be one of the first ones to see the next episode, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much.